so good to see you. Bluetooth, chubby Bluetooth. I was like, COVID. How you doing?
I'm cool.
You look good.
Thank you. You look amazing yourself.
I thought you were gonna come in like your bright colors and stuff. Are you wearing black because you're scared? Oh, why aren't you wearing the bright ones?
I want to be very successful today, you know, because
why?
Just chilling. You know?
But I mean, you chose the wrong day to be subtle. Why? Are you just giving me my shine?
Yeah. Just give me a shot. Look at your outfit, though.
This is me subtle. I was going for church girl.
I really like it a lot. I think you should make me one. Yeah, it's really amazing.
Again, I'm gonna make you one.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I'd love one. You know, I think a lot of people actually don't know how serious I'm about fashion. Like, I don't say, I just wear the clothes.
It shows, though.
A lot of the time, I don't work with stylists. So I invest. I have like a personal tailor that's been...
I've met that. You remember that time you were still buying the trench coats from me for rent?
Yes.
And you take me to the Ellis Park.
Yes, correct.
He's still using the same one?
No, he's moved.
Oh.
You know, he's now
same guy, though.
In Harton because life is good.
Hey, y'all all in.
But fashion for me is just close to a religion, man. Like, it's something that I hold very dear to my heart. And a lot of people don't know that. Like, I wear the clothes, yes.
Because you don't talk about...
A lot of
but your looks show.
They do show. It could be just people picking clothes for me. Actually,
no.
I actually
the picking clothes and the stuff you wear is not just there.
But what I'm trying to get across is that actually there's a lot of thinking that goes behind the outfit. So, like, even if I have a stylist that I work with, I'll actually brief them and show them, like, give them a mood board, and this is how we go in and make sure the tailor got the cuts right and the design right and everything. And something I take very, very dearly, you know, close to my heart, is as you do.
Have you tasted your drink?
I haven't yet. I'd love to have a sip.
Do you know who it's made after?
No.
It's made after you. It's actually a drink made in your personality. It's called the Conversational Piece.
Oh, wow. Well, Bert is really good and very rebellious.
And basically the whole drink like represents Trevor and all his struggles, his growth in Africa, how he has done this sophisticatedly, and the personality is bubbly like him, but also shows his abilities and strength.
Thank you.
And the most amazing thing is that really knowing you from back in the day with the open mics and you being this person who's just like winning all the time. I mean, what kept you going?
Thank you. I mean, it's been such a beautiful journey, really, and the fact that we're all sitting here talking about this is even a much beautiful view that we could ever imagine. You know, I come from a very crazy place, you know, where a lot of great things don't really happen to people or young people like me. So that what really has kept me going, just trying to change that narrative, and also just trying to spark a beautiful dream into a lot of refugees and just kids that come from places that we call the forgotten cities, you know. I've been on my journey and I work 24/7, 365 days a year, you know, always pushing day and night, and I'm grateful for the journey that I've traveled.
I want us to play a game, right?
All right.
Are you down for games?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm cool.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to shuffle.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna choose a card. And then once you've chosen the card, you can read or whatever it makes you feel like. If it's a question or whatever, if it's a picture, you'll tell me what it makes you feel like. Ne?
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So, choose a card.
Okay. Let me think about it. I want the one.
This is like luck. This is like the scratch card.
Okay.
And tell me if you have anything.
Wow, this is crazy. You said, reveal how you did it.
Yes, give us the secrets, the recipe. You also want to be buying cars every week.
Wow. If I have to be honest with you, it's just really been, I have a very resilient spirit. It's unshakable, it's unbreakable. You know, I don't see limit, really. Like, there's not meaning I don't face a lot of failures on the way. Just, they don't really stop me. And that's my character, and I don't see obstacles as obstacles. I see them as opportunities to be able to shape things, you know. I take a lot of risks and enjoy it, you know. I live on the edge in everything, you know. I live on the edge, like proper, you know. And I think that has really given me room to always push myself. Like my whole journey, I think, with music and entrepreneurship has really been built around that spirit, you know. And of course, you know the story from Durban, from working on the streets and doing a whole bunch of odd jobs, be it car guard, be it gardener, be it a waiter, well, a whole bunch of things. And the vision always been intact. Right from the start, I knew exactly where I wanted to go. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Although many people around me did not believe it, my vision has always been clear. It hasn't changed. In fact, I believe I'm still right at the start of it, you know? So every single day, and I do not lie, every single day I wake up and I do something about my vision, every single day.
Sure, that is crazy. And then you have to keep yourself motivated, Val.
Well,
because, I mean, it is your dream.
For sure. At the same time, you know, when a dream is bigger than who you are, because at the end of the day, I come from, as I said, the city where I come from, or the community I come from, or my family. A lot of great things don't happen for us or to us, you know? So it's always been, since we're young, it's always been like war, armed conflict, childhood friends going to be soldiers. It's always been like the crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
When I was very young, about 17, 18, I told myself, there gotta be somebody, gonna be a young guy that's gonna leave city and go make a living somewhere and be able to change that narrative. So every time someone pronounces or say the name of the city, or in fact, the country Congo, there gotta be an incredible story that is being told as well, you know, be it for music or be it for a young businessman, whatever. And that word really pushes me, you know, being able to really shift the narrative and create a whole beautiful new narrative in music, and just like a young African giant pushing for their dreams, yeah.
And winning.
Yes, all the time. Although we're still right early, but it's been really a blessing, you know, like the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yes, right?
Yes, but it's been such a beautiful journey, yeah.
Oh, madness, my foe. Oh, madness, my friend.
Choose another one. Let's see if your tricks work.
Oh, wow. Why are you messing my card, Albo? I want this card.
That's it? Yes.
47?
Does it evoke anything? What does it make you think of?
I think this might have been the age where my late dad and I were very close. Very, very close.
Yeah, what happened? What happened with him?
My dad, of course, I lost both my parents very young. My dad was a businessman, so music was not anything that was really, you know.
Taken seriously.
Yeah, but he watched me perform. I don't remember how old he was at that time. He watched me perform for the first time, and his comments are like, "Look, son, I love your music, but please don't shake your waist too much," you know. You know, and that all he did. They commented, but was a good man.
And then, and your mom, did she ever get to see you?
Yeah. My mom she had a beautiful voice. Sometimes think that's where my falsetto range comes from. But I gotta tell you this funny story, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in Durban. We're still doing the open mics. I had this Durban band called Maisha, right?
I remember Maisha.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing open mics together. We're doing a whole bunch of Splashy fan, you know. For a lot of people that don't know, I've known Moonchild for like over 10 years. And we literally started our career together like in Durban.
Actually, even when we did the Train Festival, I was pregnant with my daughter who's turning 13 in August. So it's been over 10 years.
Oh my God.
She's turning 13 in August. So I was giving birth 2 weeks after that concert.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's been...
I remember the Train Festival.
It's been about 13 years now.
You know, was so crazy. I just literally arrived, I think, at that time, and I was still trying to learn how to articulate myself. And anyway, so my band used to perform in this neighborhood called Westville, in a small pub.
In Pinetown.
Woodcutters somewhere, you know. So a lot of my friends were car guards outside, and I'll perform there at Woodcutters like on weekends and get like 1,500 for like a 2-hour set. And I remember this one time I was doing, I can't remember what it was, but it was some cover. I don't know if it was Pearl Jam or was Incubus. It was an alternative band, right? Yeah. And I went on this crazy drive and I started singing falsetto, and this guy that was really crazily drunk, I was like, "Oh my God, are you really hitting that high note? Are you wearing a G string or what?" I don't know. because they're saying the notes were very high, which was really
It was
funny.
like you were in pain from your butt.
But it was such a beautiful, I think, journey in Durban, and beautiful, beautiful place to start. And it really has been beautiful also to watch you evolve into this incredible, amazing woman you become, you know, in your craft and just as a human being. It really has been incredible.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, how did you even get to work with Maisha?
Crazy story. I arrived in Durban, no papers, illegally. I spent like months at Home Affairs in Durban. Eventually, I get my refugee paper, so I start working as a security guard. You know, I'm earning at that time like about just under 2,500 rand a month for 30 days work. I get my first paycheck, what do? I go on the internet and spend like 80% of it because my rent was like 200 rand because I was sleeping with like 10 people.
Okay.
And I didn't want to, I just wanted to work for my dreams. And I'll have this small blue book and I'll put like 1,000 numbers in it. I'll go online. I didn't know the difference between a record label, publishing, and studio. Everybody that said music, recording, I just put the numbers down. And I just call every number you can think of, right? And most of the people just cut the call because they couldn't really understand what I was talking about. I used to say, hi, music, artists want to record. A lot of the guys wouldn't really understand. And Rod was one of the most passionate one. Rod is like, became my manager at that time. And I remember him like being very passionate and be like, okay, cool, what are you looking for? Eventually we met this shopping mall in Durban, Pavilion. And I brought along my little guitar that I bought for like $300 from my salary, you know. And we're at this restaurant and I started playing some music for him. And then all the old people that was around just came like closer and just performed for like an hour for free for these guys, an audition. And then that's how the band came to life, you know. And it was such a beautiful thing because within 2 months we were opening at that time for Freshly Ground and 80 Grounds and Ladysmith Black. Literally happened so fast, but it just really something that opened very organically. But the funny part is like all the guys that I used to call, like a lot of the guys still like work for the record labels, the companies. So now we laugh because we sit maybe on the same board, you know, discussing the industry. We laugh about it, but I just like remind them of like, you know, how it really long took me for me to actually sit in the same room. But it was such a beautiful process and I'm really grateful. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah.
Oh, madness, my foe. Oh, madness, my friend.
Okay, let's go. I hope this is tough. Yes.
All right.
And, well,
handcuffs. You know, I've been pretty, most of my life I've been good. I've never been in handcuffs.
handcuffs are not just for bad.
Yes, I know, but I don't think I want to discuss that here, okay? I don't want to discuss that here, but
I didn't say anything.
But you know, like I've only had like handcuffs on me like when I was hijacked like last year.
Tell me about that.
It was crazy. I was coming from studio recording for Nati in Neval. They went to my house, and I was doing a song campaign for some brand, and I was dropping my engineer off at his place. And I was just playing this song loud, and then I parked in front of this garage. And actually, I haven't even spoken about this to anybody, I think, in the media before. And there's this like 4 or 6 guys just pull up with like AK-47 and guns, and just like it got so crazy. Before I knew it, I was in the back seat, like shot in the back seat. Then we started fighting and arguing, and then next thing they stopped somewhere and just like shot me in the boots for like 8 hours. 8 p.m. the day before, my life was great. You know, I was just like living my life. I was like good. Next 4 a.m. I was like literally in the middle of nowhere, no shoes, you know, with my hand tied, trying to find my way around Soweto, and eventually found a police station which dropped me at my house, and it was really a horrible experience. But I'm cool. I'm cool now. Like I got over it literally within the first few days. I think because of the things I've seen growing up, you know, I've built very thick skin for things. So this guy, which is a very funny story. So these guys were playing some piano song like very loud. So I'm in the booth, and now that they're using a car that they hijacked, and it has crazy loudspeaker, right? And then they heard me laughing because they were playing a song, and then they were singing about it. You know, they were singing to it, and they're like, "Hey, why are you laughing? You're supposed to be sad." I'm like, throughout the whole journey at that time, I think already in my head, I'm like, you know, I'm cool. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not gonna panic. Of course, I went through a lot of the emotions in the first hour.
Yeah.
And then eventually I collected myself and just went through the whole thing and cooperated. And the craziest part is that the next day, they used the car they hijacked and the guy didn't survive, you know, the next day, not with us, someone else. But I'm grateful, man. Yeah, that's the only time I've been in handcuffs in my life.
And so now you're not paranoid? Or are you like, do you think you're more vigilant?
I'm always vigilant.
When you're driving?
I'm always vigilant driving, you know, like I'm a bit of
Isn't that like a new paranoia that's just attached to that?
It does, because I don't want nobody to come close to my window, you know, because it happened. But I should not live in fear, though.
I still haven't made you panic. I mean, but you don't, so.
Naturally, it will be very hard to make me panic, but
I know, I'm not even trying to. You're just like, you can handle all the punches.
Let's try.
Yes.
South Africans must stop. Look, of course, I don't want to generalize or be political or anything, but I think it get a bit sad sometimes, you know. I think especially for me, it's because this question is a very sensitive one, but I think with the xenophobia stuff, you know, I get a bit sad sometimes because I consider this place a home for me, you know. I've made it a home, and I build my business and things around people here, and I support, you know, and it's always, for me, a sad thing to see things like foreigners must go, or I've never been affected directly, but psychologically it does all the time, you know. And I think it's just a self-awakening thing, you know, and I have so much love for this place and the people, and I think it's time to have that kind of conversation where there's deeper socio-economic issues, and picking on the next man, especially who's possibly has really nothing to do with the bigger picture of things, is not really gonna give a solution.
So when I was going to Malawi, I remember we made a stop because you go to the airport and then you have this other 6-hour drive to the place.
Yes.
And so while we were driving, I remember the moment people heard I was South African, they'd just be like, xenophobia. I'm just like, no. I wouldn't be here if I was xenophobic. And I'm not all of us are that, but it just shows you outside.
Yes.
Even outside, because their brothers and their siblings here in South Africa are treated the same way, a certain way. Therefore, when you get there, it's just like, when you hear South Africa, you're just like,
And I strongly believe,
but it's still not violent.
Yeah, and I strongly believe, like, my whole life has changed because of the people of this beautiful country, and I'm forever grateful. One thing South African shouldn't stop, is the humor. People here are hilarious.
So we're gonna play the last one.
All right.
This one has different rules. So you have to choose 3 cards, then I'll tell you what's next.
3 cards.
3 cards.
1, okay, 2, and 3. Should I show it all the 3 cards? Okay. So what do I do? Oh,
so
my
now,
God.
out of those 3, choose the one you really don't wanna answer, the one that touches you too much. Just, you can delete that one. And then the other 2 you can answer.
Head.
You're dropping that? Awesome, so drop those.
Okay, so what am I?
Drop both of those. This is the one you actually...
No, I didn't.
Drop those cards and deal with this card.
How am I gonna
It's
do
a surprise. Surprise!
Okay, that's fine. I don't even know how to do it.
Okay, cool. So then, tell me, when you see the ish.
So, like, you know, in our industry, you meet some really good people, and you meet some people that dress in good people outfits, you know. And then I think that's represented, you know, like.
Right.
you meet people that have great intentions and people that have horrible intentions. And when you're naive, you get taken advantage of, you know. And being the person that I am, I really don't take
That lightly.
yeah, like so. And yeah, I think as a young artist, I got taken for a ride quite a lot in the city. And this is what really made me think of the people. And I stay very far where people, you know, the funny part is like, for a lot of people that don't know, I've been handling my business in-house for the last, almost 5 years on my own.
I remember the first time you were literally fighting for everything that you deserved. The first time you got here, well, we were still eating tin fish, but you were still getting the deals on some. I'm getting my money.
I have to.
Like,
you know, the fact that you're picking up on that, I remember when I moved here, I stayed in Maboneng. I think you and I became even much closer friends because we couldn't afford food.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford $50 electricity in Maboneng, so we're gonna put a little bit of money together, get some tin fish, get some beans and pap, and eat and chill out and go party and chill out for like a week and relax.
I'm like, I'm a DJ now. Okay, cool.
You know, and you know, a lot of the time it was just, you know, our industry, rather our business is for a lot of people that, you know, could be vultures, especially if you're very naive, you know. And I've learned, you know, from being burnt, and now I just handle a lot of the things, and that's, I think, the most I can think about this, you know. But all love.
Always.
All love.
That's how you grow.
No fire, all love.
Listen,
always.
let's go, because you're still gonna grow.
All the time.
Nice. So thank you so much. This was so awesome.
Thank you.
And I know you're gonna take me to the strip club after this.
No, I'm not. I'm going home after this.
Ooh.